Morning everybody, FSC Trucking. Oh, it's been a long weekend. It's actually Easter Monday today, so I spent all Easter weekend, believe it or not, down in Bordentown, New Jersey. I edited video. I don't feel bad for me though. I got a load out here, did pretty good with it. So I sat with Orwell over the weekend down in Bordentown. I got delayed. I was supposed to pick this load up last week, but then again, even if I picked it up, think about it, Thursday was your last working day, Friday's Good Friday, everybody was closed. So I unloaded on Thursday instead of reloading, unloading and reloading on Thursday. But even had I reloaded on Thursday, I'd have been all done anyway, because this next load we're picking up today, it's a wide load. So we were done no matter what we did, but that's all right. That's just the way the ball bounces. But I got a lot of video editing done, so you know what, still productive, that's all right. No, now, you might feel bad, okay, well you didn't spend Easter with the family. That's okay, I'll have the family with me end of this month. So no one's gonna feel bad when I take that time off. Of course, we had a little tire caper from last week. That's why we got that steer tire on the truck. Let me show you that real quick before we go ahead and do the whole fire up thing, right? So this position out in Brooklyn blew up. Matter of fact, the old tire's over there. We're gonna try to send it to Michelin and get it sectioned. So I had this Sumitomo steer tire thrown on here for the time being. Hopefully if I can get that tire over there fixed, it'll be a matching set again. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do here. We don't wanna put a brand new drive next to about a 50 or 40% drive. Otherwise the new tire holds all the weights taller. So somehow I gotta get a matching set in here. If not, the steer tires are a little softer. They'll give a little bit better. So it'll transfer weight into that inner tire. That's the idea. So yeah, that tire there's got the hole in it. And it's a pretty substantial hole. So it can't just be patched. I think it's gotta go back to manufacturer. And I think they'll be able to do it. So we'll see. I'll turn it in and get it done. So either way, we're gonna go ahead and pick up one of those red feeder mixers. Oh yeah, I've said it many times. It seems like I'm always getting stuck at one of those around the holidays. And here we go again. 3 of 3. It's a holiday, or it was. So now let's go haul it. With that, I'm gonna go shut down the green APU, fire Orwell up, let him warm up. Actually, he doesn't need to warm up, just let him build up air pressure. And then we're gonna go and get something to eat. I got a Dunkin' Donuts in the rest area. We're at the last rest area heading south on I-95 before you get to Baltimore. So we're not gonna be that far. We're going to Sparrows Point, by the way, not actually Baltimore. All right, let's fire them up. Alrighty, we got Orwell fired up and we're ready to go. Well, we're getting ready to go. First we gotta go get some food. Alrighty, let's go get our breakfast and go get our holiday edition wide load. Let's roll. Alrighty, let's get this day started. I got my orange juice, 1 orange juice, 2 orange juice. That's what I love about these rest areas. $8.46 for 2 orange juices. That's 6 donuts. That's breakfast. All right. I didn't really want one of those big ass sandwiches. I think it's a slim.
Dude, I remember I watched one of your old videos and those didn't look too good.
Oh, they're terrible. This thing tastes terrible. Alrighty, let's kill the high idle. Oh, I should have charged the trailer already. It's alright, this one charges pretty quick usually. Hit that brake knob with vigor. Just like you guys should hit that like and subscribe right there. Hit it. I hit that button with vigor. Somebody left cases of water right there. Somebody probably hauled it and got rejected, so put it near the trash pail, maybe some driver will take it. Gotta do my part. There was a family from New York. I don't know if they head north or south. They're sitting in their Tesla. It's actually chilly out right now. Yeah, they were sitting in their Tesla, cold, while it was charging. Car had New York plates. We're in Maryland. Rest areas in the middle. I have no idea where they were going or coming from, but sitting in the car with no heat, waiting for it to charge. That sounds like fun. That life ain't for me. I'd rather roll coal with diesel smoke than drive a coal-powered automobile. Now, a locomotive, that would be fun. I'd enjoy that. For sure, I would enjoy that. Alrighty, let's get on with the day, boys and girls. After sitting in this truck for 3 days and editing video, yeah. Oh man, I'm glad to just be driving again. I left Bordentown yesterday. I didn't film none of that stuff, but so I got out of Long Island, made my drop in New Jersey, and then came to Bordentown. And honestly, I got parked and basically went right to bed. I went to go get food, but the restaurant was closed. But I was hanging out with Perez, that guy with that K100, for too long. So the restaurant was closed by the time I got in there. The guys are still in there eating, but they weren't going to see me. So I just went to the fuel aisle and I got fuel aisle pork chops, which were dry as a bone, but edible. They're usually pretty good. I ate that, and then went my ass to bed. No, I didn't edit that night. I went to bed. It was the next morning I got up, did a bunch of editing all day. Fired up the truck and moved it because I didn't like the parking space I had. It was real tight in the back there over by the truck wash, so I moved the truck over by the fuel island in the not reserved parking. uncomfortable. I was worried about a truck getting hit, what it was. But it turned out most trucks in there were going to sit in there during the entire holiday. So there hardly any, by the time that place filled up, there wasn't any trucks moving. And it wasn't guys in their trucks. They just dropped the trucks off and went home because, you know, where do you park your truck in New Jersey when you live there? There's always a problem when my mom and dad lived there and I went home to visit. What do I do with the rig? So Bordentown was one of the spots I would go, and mom or dad would come and pick me up. Either that or one of the service plazas on a turnpike. So hung out there for a little bit. I know met a couple subscribers there. That was real cool. It's always cool to meet you guys out in public. Just walk up to me and shoot the bull. One of our other drivers was there, the older gentleman with the 359 extended hood Pete. You've seen him on the videos a few times, so I know he was sitting up there too. Yeah, it didn't work out good for me to bring the wide load back, you know, before the holiday. It was not a chance, but that's all right though. I got work done. I'll be taking off late in the month anyway because Sean's going to come up and visit, and we're going to put a lift kit on that Jeep of his. So nobody going to feel bad while I'm working on that while I'm home. That'd be cool. And then of course we got DOT week. You know, they basically, the whole thing is the government looks to open up every scale in the country, and they just run truck drivers through the ringer. So that's May 16th, 17th, and 18th. They used to do it in June, but then they figured they'd do it in May because they always did it after Memorial Day. And then they figured out that guys had plenty of hours on their logs because they had the Memorial Day weekend off. So now they're doing it before Memorial Day because they know guys are working hard prior to the holiday. So, you know, it's like hunting. You're not gonna, or fishing even, you're not gonna go fishing where you know there's no fish. You're gonna try to find that hot spot. Well, it's the same thing as fishing. They're hunting for that money, and they know when to get it. So no one's gonna feel bad for me while I'm working on Orwell that week too. So personally, me, I shut everything down that week. If you're gonna advertise that that's when you're hunting truck drivers, as far as I'm concerned, that's when truck drivers ought to just park it, kick your feet up, and go home. You know, Orwell needs service. Orwell needs service. The speed camera, they always hide it behind a toilet. Orwell needs service on that week, right? Safety, I gotta fix my brakes. Speaking of brakes, I'm still waiting on my trailer S-cams. This is a Whitmire Company trailer I'm dragging around that I'm renting from them, so yeah, so Orwell's trailer is still down, and I'm still, man, I'll tell you right now, Marketplace is a bad place for me, because there's not one but two trucks I really want to try to grab the end of this month, and there's another thing I have to find out whether it would be even legal for me to operate. I may as well mention that. So there's a thing out there that the old timers know about. It's called the Joe Dog. And what it does, it adds an axle to your tractor. So what I'm looking at would have been primarily used in like the states where they run a lot of single drive axle tractors. You add a axle to your tractor, attaches to your fifth wheel and your frame, and then the trailer attaches to it. So that would make a single axle tractor into a single axle drive axle into a two axle tractor or three axle configuration like Orwell, your standard 10 wheel tractor. But I'm trying to figure out if I can add that to make Orwell a 3-axle tractor, and if that will do what I want to do for hauling any kind of weight. It was a motorcycle on the lane splitting deal. Well, he's getting after it, ain't he? Well, I'm going to say something really controversial right now. I don't like when they do that with a passenger on. The passenger can't duck out, you know? You want to ride like that, you ride like that, I guess. You ride at your own risk. Your passenger can't exactly do anything about it. So, I mean, I ride. My bikes are too big to even think about crap like that. But I know you shouldn't do it, but, you know, I'm not condoning it. What I am saying is, you want to ride like that, all right, whatever. But if you're doing that with a passenger, you really ought to think twice about it. Unless you and the passenger already had that talk, then I guess. If you wind up road pizza, that ain't on me. That's why we run these cameras. That dash cam records all the time, unlike the GoPros. When the batteries die, they die. And I gotta stop and change them out. That dash cam, it records constantly, so once the SD card is full, it overwrites the SD card. So that way, you always can go back. If there's an incident, you've got the last, hell, you got a whole day worth recorded on there. So that's what the dash cam does for you. So I'm considering buying a Joe Dog to put on Orwell to do more heavy haul work. My trailer, not this one, but my trailer has a provision for a third axle, a removable third or a flip axle. But I don't have an extended well. So add the Joe Dog and the third axle, we can get pretty heavy with it, I imagine. Trouble with the Joe Dog, the one I'm looking at, is your fifth wheel then gets in a fixed position. You can't stretch a trailer out more over your drive. So if you're trying to place the weight between axle 2 and 3 as opposed to between 3 and 4, it might be an issue. So I gotta look into that, do a little more research. But I did find one for sale. If not, I do know they make Jeeps, like trailer Jeeps, and that would be way overkill. But food for thought, right? Now, a few videos ago, I'm not sure how many for you guys, because I'm not exactly, my videos aren't in order because of mats. I filmed mats and dropped them pretty much immediately. So I had stuff that was prior to mats, and I have stuff that was before. So I'm trying to figure out how it'll come out. But either way, while I was at mats, I met Nate, the guy that built the Green Goblin truck, the replica truck from the movie Maximum Overdrive. And I had filmed meeting the guys with that truck, and then I got to drive the truck the following day, and then we got some awesome rolling shots going down a highway with it. So that was really cool. It was worth the time. But that really got me thinking about that Detroit that I got down here that's getting gonna get worked on, I should say, because as of right now I have to just tell them to get it done and then go pick it up. But yeah, that's my 12V71, and I've got really cool ideas and really cool thoughts on what kind of truck to put that in. That's why I'm working real hard. I'm trying to get that stuff bought, keep my mechanics busy, and add that content to this channel. And of course, I am looking for another truck to put a driver on so I can make money on that end too. And that'll build content for the channel as well. So I'm trying to put all this together. But driving that truck really got that Detroit bug in me. Now the owner of the truck, Trent, he told me that was an 8V71T. But I thought, just based on the appearance of the valve covers, I thought it might have been a 92 series. Either way, that really got me thinking about what, you know, building that two-stroke Detroit and get it going. So, and then what to put it in. But the truck I built for that, the configuration I want, that truck I want 4 drive axles. Sorry, I want that truck to be a 4-axle truck, meaning 2 drive axles, a drop axle, or a lift, however you want to call it, a tag, whatever you want to call it, of course, your steer. But what kind of truck? We put that in a Cabover, put that in a conventional. I've got a couple ideas that'll definitely be one of one, let's just say. I think those are some dynamite awesome ideas. That'll for sure keep my shop busy. But I gotta get that engine put together. Regardless of how I do that, I've got to get a frame to put it all on. Or I'll just make one. Just order a brand new from PJ Adams and then call it a day. That might be how I have to do it. I'll figure it out. But that's what I think is the future here on this channel. So we'll see this month. See how this month ends up. I got this week and next week. And I think from the 21st on for about 2 weeks, I'll be taking that time off, working with Sean. And we're going to visit Matthew, too. That'd be cool. I'm going to bring Matthew his motorcycle. That's still at my shop. It's still cold in Wisconsin, so I'm not riding his motorcycle to him. We'll put that in a dually, go down and drop him off with him. Then we'll go and pick up Sean and bring him back, because the plan is he's going to drive his Jeep home when we're done with it. Or rather, he's going to drive his Jeep home when we're done with it. We're picking up, it's one of them solo mix feeder mixers. They are a royal pain in the neck. On some trailers you got to permit them because they're wide and they're heavy. They weigh a lot more than they look. The trouble is, they have to go on a trailer. You got to back them on a trailer. They're like a trailer for a tractor to pull, like a farm tractor. So they have to be backed onto the trailer so the tongue faces forward. They're too tall to go on a step deck, so they gotta go on a double drop. And you keep them as far forward as you can, and on some trailers they still put you overweight on the trailer tandem, so you have to permit them for the width, and you gotta permit them for the weight. Which, that's all one permit, it's not really a big deal, it's just, they're pain in the neck because they're barely wide. But they're wide enough to meet that they're wide loads. And it just seems to be, I know dispatch tells me that they get them all the time, but I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when I wind up with them, it's around a holiday weekend, which usually means I have to really just figure out how to get it delivered prior to the holiday. Or I wind up stuck out over the holiday, such as this one. I swear it always seems to work out that way. But I'm told that's not the case, so. No, they're not lying to me. I know they get them all the time. It's just that it's just bad luck on my part, maybe. Not really sure. Luck of the draw, I suppose. Is supposed to be come out of Maryland on 83 north out of Baltimore area, come up into Pennsylvania, and then 322 to 80 and run 80 across, and then Ohio 80, 76, 71 to 30. Well, I'm assuming that. He told me run 80 across and then come across 30 in Ohio, so I don't know how we're gonna have to go, Ohio. I think, I know one time I had to drop south, like go around Newcastle, Pennsylvania area, and then come into Ohio via Youngstown, over by where that big train wreck was, and then come through Youngstown and up to 80 that way. Either that or it'll put me on 30 and have me come through 30 south through underneath Akron on 30 and then come like through Wooster, Ohio. That's a way they might make me go too. I'm not sure. I'll get the permits emailed to me later once I get loaded. They're just now getting into the office in Wisconsin, so they're an hour behind here, obviously. Get loaded, I'll get my permits emailed, and then we'll rock and roll. Oh, no, not yet. You still can. I was going to say, can I even make that turn? Yep, I still can. Nice once it's all done. Switcher locomotive right there doing some work. That looks like a lot of fun to me, sorry. I know I wouldn't last 10 minutes working for the railroad. Big mega corporation like a big class 1 railroad, I wouldn't last a minute. But the work looks fun. I need to swing by and see my buddies over there at Southern Michigan Railroad one of these days. Or even the guys down at Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society there. I need to get back into that. I did a little bit of volunteer work with the Fort Wayne guys once, and that was cool. A lot of hard work, but I actually enjoyed it, which is weird. There's a guy that subscribes to my channel. I showed him what real work was and how an old man can outwork a young buck. And then Southern Michigan Railroad, we did that meet and greet. We might do that again. I gotta see when, if they're gonna do that again. That was cool, having Orwell down there. That was cool. But I like to go down there for more stuff than just that though. Check in with the gate. We're out of here. And the other thing too is I look at the water and I think of my boat. I think of how bad I want to move to Florida. I keep saying to myself, the only way I'm going to get the Florida thing done. Oh, look at a nice new roadbed they just built here for the railroad. That actually makes me feel good because the more, granted this is ports, we need more industry in this country, not here at the ports necessarily, but more jobs at the ports is a good thing. So I'm not gonna, it's nice to see them putting new stuff in rather than always tearing down old. Be glad for what you're given, right? Seeing imports and stuff like that. I just feel like more stuff needs to be built here in the States. Those tracks are going over to where I'm going. Maybe that's moved too soon. They're gonna start taking my freight. They're not wide loads for railroads, so I guess they're all right. No, they're going out to there towards that blue building. It looks like. Good thing I didn't wash my truck. How they wet this road down on purpose. You've seen the sprayer just turned that way. Oh, there's all them feeder mixers over there. Let's go. Used to load them over here, but I told them they couldn't work over in this lot over here no more on my left, so they're on that section. So their ramp is over there now. So we'll cross over now. So we'll flip around, I'll back in over there.